Hello and welcome back to another Lockdown Let's Play. I'm Tate Nong and we are in my testing world. It's really empty right now because I restarted and made a new one. So, you might be asking yourself, what am I doing here with this tower? I'm sure most of you have figured out what this obviously is. Was trying to work on some sort of elevator system and I think I got something good. I only need 2 floors because I am only smart enough to do 2 floors. If I want more, I'm gonna need help. But what I have here is a very rudimentary 2-floor elevator system. Nice. So you're wondering, how does this work? Well, it basically has a switch that goes to 1 floor and then a switch that goes to a 2nd floor. So when the switch is down, it'll go all the way to the top, like so. And when the switch is up, it'll take you to the 1st floor. Nice. Alright, and here's the ugly redstone. I'm really bad at redstone, so if there's a better way, I am so sorry that I have ruined everything. But basically, you have a line that goes up, and then I needed a system that would reverse its basically output signal, so I had to lock this repeater to make that work. And I did this all by myself, which I am very proud of. Once again, I go all the way to the top here, and then I always have to go down to the bottom. I have not worked out if I want to create a system that makes me go all the way to the bottom. I personally think that'll be way too confusing and be way too big for the space that I have allocated. So speaking of space allocated, we're back in my world and I have made some progress. Yes, I have. I have opened up this area and I've destroyed the stairs here, so I can't actually walk up there, which is fine. And I've opened up here. Hello. And as we go across down, I have to go up this elevator now to get up, which isn't a problem for now because soon we'll have a new fancy looking elevator there. And if we're thinking of the space of putting it, this is all the room that I have now that I've placed it in, which means that I have to carve this out a bit and clean it up. So adding a bit more room on this side so that I don't feel so claustrophobic in this room. But it'll take us to this floor where all the villagers once were, and now I've taken them somewhere else. You'll see. But yes, it reaches all the way up here and it goes down here. So when walking around, I now have easy access to the very top floor whenever I want, which is good. Now, as for our villager friends, I've made a large pipeline that now goes from the very top all the way in there. Now, that's where they were. Whoops. Hello? So they were in that area there, and now I've put them in, and they've probably all, I don't know how many of them there were, they've all probably made their way down here now. Now, the reason why we needed this new elevator is not because I needed to reach the top floor. The top floor should be quite easy. I mean, not the top, the breeder floor. The breeder floor should be accessible through this stairwell and this side room over here. But the problem is, and was, that this room, one of the most important rooms, the room where you would specifically be able to reach the more important floors, had no entrance point except for this area, which I didn't explain last time, but I'm planning to make this a hanging garden from underneath this side of the building. And so we're going to have some sort of wooden platform with just plants growing from it and hanging from the top, which will be really nice. But yeah, aside from that, there was no way to reach this floor. Before I had stairs that went down, but then I removed them in favor of having this room, which is cool. I prefer this room. But now we have the elevator system. Ta-da! 1 floor up. 2 floors up. Nice. And I'm very proud of myself for it. But I would have to say there is one thing that's missing. And I've already prepared for it. And that thing is... There's a hole there, I don't want that. Give me 1 second. That thing that was missing is right here. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's the note I want. In my head, I think that works. Now, let's see if I can get this to properly work. Yeah. And then when I change the floor again, the elevator is ready for you. What? We have an elevator that works. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, I could cry, but I won't. Perhaps I can make it a timed thing. Nah, if I do that, I'll do that later. But for now, this is fine. Bing! Actually kind of want it a bit later, just so that when I arrive on the floor, it makes the sound. Oh, I need another repeater then. Repeater in place, let's see how well it sounds and goes. Nice! So that means when I go up, it dings when I reach the floor now. Yes! That's exactly what I wanted. Oh man, I am a genius. Except I won't do that every time I go up. It would be nice if I could make it that every time I entered it, you would notice. Oh well. Can't have everything, I guess. So, I just thought of something. Pressure plates aren't disturbed by water. Meaning, can I do this? Will this work? This might work. This might work. This might work. Oh my goodness. Okay. So using an observer line, we can easily do something fun. Oh my gosh. This is gonna work. This is absolutely gonna work. Oh my goodness. It's the center. You're the center. Maybe I got it. I haven't tested it, and nor have I verified it, but also this is gonna be covered up. It didn't work. Hang on. What is going on? Why is it sending a signal through? Oh no. Oh. Bummer. I don't want that. Oh boy. I made it work, but I also made it not work. It does not work. This is ridiculous. What am I doing? Alright, we have the elevator system working. Okay, so this is off, meaning it goes all the way to the top, yeah? And we have one ding. What's amazing about this is that it sends a single tick pulse into this sticky piston, meaning that it lets go of its block down there, powering the line, which allows the ding. But then because a pressure plate by default sends 2 signals, it picks it back up, which means it's perfect. And then going back down, we hit the bottom, and everything is fine, whatever. And the same thing happens if I go to the first floor. Amazing, simple. Oh, not really simple. I think I overcomplicated a few things here and there. But amazing, yes it is. Okay, now why don't we get on to what we're actually supposed to do instead of messing and fluffing around. Alright, so as you see, I have indeed opened up a lot of the space here. So these guys are currently facing and weathering the elements as it is. And this room over here has completely changed as well. Everything is just messy and different, but we can open finally and clean all of this up, meaning I don't need any of this anymore. Levers, all mine. Stone, gone. Space, all of it. All of the space that we ever needed in this room right here. And it's perfect. We can go all the way out and just have a swell time doing whatever we need to do. Now, that means this elevator can go down one more layer, and then it will shoot all the way to the top. And we'll need to design that too. I'm thinking I like dark oak. I know it looks like chocolate, but hear me out. It's not about looking aesthetically pleasing. It's about how the mess eventually kind of culminates together to create this beautiful thing. At least that's what I think. I am open to be completely wrong. See, most people associate steampunk with bright colors, but I just see messy, Victorian, and also by extension, because I play a lot of D&D, lots of magic. So we're gonna have this elevator, this fancy, nice and beautiful elevator. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't toot my own horn like that. Okay. So we're going to clear out these rooms, we're going to make them look nice, getting the measurements right, and then we are going to actually work on the rooms. But first thing I need to do is remove this out of the pipeline, because we don't need it anymore. And just like that, we have a very clean system of copper pipes. And jumping back in, this makes the room a lot nicer. And there you have it, guys. A elevator system that works and has a ding. Even the bottom floor has a ding. Switch it. Go up. No ding here because this isn't the floor I'm supposed to. Oh no, this is the floor I'm supposed to. Whoops, that's where the ding was. My bad. But if we change it now and I leave at this floor, no ding. Because this isn't the floor. Bottom floor always has a ding. You just gotta wait for it. But top floor, oh, I made a mistake. Whoops. I think I forgot to put the bucket in. Yeah, I got the bucket in my hand. Let's do that again. All right, kerfuffle is over. Top floor. Ding. Perfect. Bottom floor. Ding. Perfect. Middle floor. Ding. Perfect. Then one more. We fix it. And can we still go to the top floor? Yes, we can. And the ding is there. And that is how Anub redstones. Perfect. We also have the right amount of space to just cover the entire thing up. And we'll have all this extra room here to work with. And I think this will make for a great place. Now that kerfuffle is out of the way, I think it's time we deal with this eyesore. And I have just spent the last 10 or so minutes thinking of maybe a way I can make it better. And boom! It now no longer looks flat on this side. I do not like that. There is something about this that is terribly wrong and I'm about to fix it. Yeah, no trapdoors, please. Please, no. Alright, much better. let's do a fly around. As you can see, we have some very nice looking sides to our walls now. A lot more detailed, a lot more color, and nowhere near as flat as it was before. And I've also pulled out the roof a bit, so it is gonna go into this territory here. So we're gonna have to share a bit up here, but I think that's gonna be okay. And I think it fits the style. But aside from that, I think it looks really cool. This, it kind of looks like a wizard with his wizard's hat, and his two irises there. And it kind of looks like, actually no, it looks like the Minecraft witch with a beard. Now, what are we planning on doing next? Also, I found a cat, and he's mine. Hello. But anyway, we are gonna start moving on, working out this section here. At least the interior. The interior, to me, at least the base, the foundation, doesn't matter as much as what the exterior will look like. Just because I'm gonna be doing a lot of exteriors, and I'm more or less following a general shape rather than using a particular following a set of rules or anything, you know. So I'm gonna quickly cover. I was gonna say color this in, but I'm gonna quickly cover it up. Okay, so I've got a basic floor plan laid out, and I think, see, I was thinking of using spruce logs, but it seems that spruce logs have a very similar texture, or color at least, to the dark oak, and I think this works a lot better. You can even have support beams made of the oak logs. Not that I would know how to place them down. Oh, nope, we got lucky. So this is what the interior layout will look like. We need to do a lot of work on what it actually is going to look like. But this is the general layout, and I think it works. I think it works really well. We have a loft, which also has the roof kind of coming into it like this. And I think this works really nicely. It's most likely going to be brick or wood, just because wood is the type of material that could support a building of that size. So let's just grab some bricks, and we're just gonna see what the bricks look like on the outside, and we're just using the bricks on the outside of this structure for now. And we're not really looking at it, but we're looking at it, sorry, we're not looking at it from the outside, but we're looking at it from what it looks like in the inside and whether or not it actually matches. I mean, essentially it's the same block palette as this section right here. And if that's the case, it most likely will be deep slate to support it. Just to marry the block types. So what that will mean is that I'll need support beams that are either made of copper or wood that kind of go from down here into the house here. Or maybe even surprise block, basalt, or polished basalt. Here it is. See, polished basalt is a very unique looking block to me. It has the qualities of what I believe are not a copper, but a steel pipe would look like. It's the most steel pipey block that I can think of, at least in this game currently. As it doesn't look too much like wood, but it doesn't really look like anything else. It's a unique block. It's its own thing, aside from the center. Let's say the polished basalt was to go from this section here up and into the wood over there. I think we could have some interesting support beams, as well as have some that come from here, and maybe even into this part of the mountain. And I think that could look pretty nice. You know what, granite might work well, just because it is a very smooth block. The problem with these blocks is that they're all really bright. I don't know if I want such a bright palette in everything that I'm doing currently. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean, it could work. Yeah, it's looking more and more like a Nintendo 64 Mario level, with all the green, the brown, and the reds. So I'll figure something else out, or maybe I'll just stick with it, who knows. And maybe it'll work really well, and I'm just doubting the process. But embrace the process, just go with it. I'm gonna add some darker blocks and see how that looks, and see if I can get a final design ready. I do not know if I should use the white terracotta or bricks. They both have a distinct vibe. I like the white terracotta, but I feel like it doesn't really match with the deep slate, whereas the bricks are a bit more dark in color. Maybe just that section of the area is made with the white terracotta. Let's see. If I just clean this up here, will this be nice or will it suck? Let's find out. I'm not too sure. Let's take a look from the outside. So this is what I've got so far. I think I like the bricks. I like the bricks a bit better just in this case because of the deep slate. If there is a way I can transition out of the deep slate into brighter color, just brighter colors in general, I think I'll do that. But for now, this is, yeah, it's hard to decide when I'm using a darker palette. Okay, so I've bricked up this side again, but I've now added polished andesite slabs, and I think it's a different tone, but I like it. I like how it contrasts with the deep slate, and I think this is going to be good. And that makes me just think, where else can I place andesite slabs, or just polished andesite in general? And would it enhance, or would it take away from what I'm trying to do in general? For instance, what happens if I place it underneath this side on the outside? Will that look like it's too much, or will it be just right for whatever it is I want to do? And we can just take a quick look, and as we do a fly around, or maybe just even land here. Oh, that was terrible. Oh boy. Ooh. It has potential. I think if I want to do it, I just need to do it a little bit more, because right now it just stands out as a bit too different from the build. So let's say I placed andesite stairs here, just as a framing block for the window. Will that take away from the build, or will it add something nice to it? I think it adds something nice. We have an opportunity to start slowly changing the block palette here with this andesite, so I think I'm gonna take the full advantage of it. Yeah, and I'll try and figure out where else this andesite can go to make this build just stand out a little bit more than it has. Even with, like, you know, shelving units, stuff like that. Maybe that just works. Perhaps we can do this, and then let's say we added dark oak trap doors. Oh, actually, even better. Instead of that, we'll use the stairs, and then we can place them there. Like, does that work as some sort of shelf? And we can place like a flower pot on top of that, or something nice. Does this work? Polished andesite staircase, you know? Small little details that maybe make this thing pop a bit more than it has. Maybe the opportunity is here for a polished andesite structural. I'm not too sure. Maybe there's the opportunity for structure polished andesite structural stuff. I'm not fully convinced that it can go in too many places. So most likely it'll act as a highlight block. So let's say, for instance, this building here had a chimney. I could build it up with, let's say, it could be like this with a polished andesite top. That's a huge chimney, by the way. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to marry these two different block types together. Something worth experimenting on, though. I do like this. I do think that this is a nice way to transition. In fact, I might make this entire floor polished andesite. But yeah, I'm gonna continue building this up, and then we'll see. And we're pretty much done like that. Woo! We're just gonna get some glass now and cover up the place with nice windows. And I think it looks really nice now. Oh. Ta-da! We have a nice place. As for the top, I'm thinking of using tinted glass just because I wanted to see outside, but I don't want it to be too modern-esque. And just like that, we have a nice interior so far. Actually, more of a nice exterior, a more nice structure to this building. Thinking this could be used, this here could be used as a nice lamp. And I guess this will have to do. Looks kind of silly, but I don't mind it. It looks kind of nice. So as we go around, we're going to take a look at what it looks like, and yeah. Having that extra piece of the puzzle there really adds to the overall structure. Now this isn't looking quite so alone and standoffy. It actually looks really good. It looks really good. Wow. Also, I moved my map here. Woo! And they're all locked now, so I don't have to worry about updating it like that. And I think in my next video, I'm gonna update it and see what it looks like. And that's gonna be really cool and really fun. Now we're going to move all of this and place these guys over here, and that's gonna be a pain. I fell into the water, and I need to put these guys in their cage. Please go. Why? Why must you be so annoying? What is going on? Oh, please, not that. Okay, I think I got them to move. I put a barrel there and I think one of them wants to go to it. Boom! Try to escape from that, boys! And now we have moved my villagers into, I mean, it's not really a safe space, but it's a space. But now they're stuck in there because they can't leave that too wide gap, and they're positioned right above this copper pipe, which means that any more villagers will go down the pipeline into front, which I need to make sure it's covered up by a trapdoor so any baby villagers won't escape. Awesome. If I need to get food there, I have an endless supply over there of carrots, which can be transported via water. Now what's left to do is to transform this room and maybe the bottom 2 rooms for something nice and add this garden area. And I think I can call that a day. And I think the best way to do it is, you guessed it, it's time for a time lapse. What you gonna do, huh? Tell me, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah, that's right. Shoot me. Shoot me. I dare you. Come on, do it. Do it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Huh? 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 Can't even hit me. And just like that, we are done. For now. So I wanted to continue, but 3 things have stopped me. 1, I've run out of copper, and I need that copper to build up the elevator system, which is currently just a big hole in my wall. Secondly, I've run out of deep slate, and as much as I want to transition to stone bricks, I do need the deep slate to make sure that transition works relatively well. Otherwise, it's just gonna look really messy like it does right now, and I realized this halfway, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get more deep slate, which probably means more mining for me. It'll have to do for now. What we have to work with what we got, you know? And the third thing is I've just run out of time. But I will give you guys a bit of a tour. It's Alright, so here we have me and our new and improved first building. As you can see, I had to open up this hole here to make sure that you could access the elevator, and there is now a completed stairwell over here, and the roof is also done here. As we go up the elevator and head out to the first floor, we find a balcony where I am. Hello. And then as we go around, we see that I've increased the balcony size and added a barrier around the front. And to hide all the redstone, I've added parts of the building. Now, I am not convinced that this much mossy cobblestone is good for my health or good for this build right now. So, you know, everything's going to be tweaked. If I don't like something, I'm going to tweak it. But I like the progression, the gradient going up. I wanted to add a lot more brighter blocks as we went up. So I'll take you through this way because this is how I would get around. I'd go up here and around inside this room, and when we go here, we reach the Village of Breeding area. Now the Village of Breeding area is incomplete, the floor is not done, and the roof is not done, and yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, but we have a little balcony area here, which I haven't fenced off yet, which will happen. And then the top floor, not the top floor, sorry, the roof of that will incline into this area where there will be another balcony and another room over here. Now, the middle floor, where are we? So if we go up the elevator one more time, we actually reach this floor here, which is the main entrance to the elevator that goes all the way to the top, as well as a little garden area that I put out front. Now I've put my I've put my spore blossom here, and it looks really nice. And we've got a little mini garden setup going, and this is so wonderful. I think it works great. It's a platform that you can now see from underneath, and we've got copper arms holding it up and attaching it to this building, as well as just a copper block and a chain holding it up there. Got flowers and everything, and I think this is just really nice and really pretty and aesthetically just good looking. And as you can see, we have different kinds of pillars and structures holding up the whole thing, cleaning up all the areas. Ooh, I missed a bit. I'll have to clean that up later. This is why going into spectator mode is so useful, because you can see all the things that you've made a mistake. I need to be a bit more uniform with the bricks and the blocks that I'm using. See here, again, the mossy cobblestone, it's nice, but it's taking up too much mental and visual space, as well as the terracotta. The terracotta, unfortunately, is very, very obvious. It stands out real bad. So I'm thinking I might get rid of all the mossy cobble and just replace it with moss stone, stone brick, sorry. Just because the mossy stone bricks, although they stand out, the textures match with the deep slate, and it just works in that regard. And then we have the elevator, which is a really nice, very nice looking design. It'll look a lot older and a lot more with the genre that I'm doing once we add the copper, because the copper will make it look, will give it that rustic feel. But I believe that is all the time we have for this one. We got a lot done today when we were working on this thing, on this big base, and I look forward to completing the majority of it before my next video. And maybe I'll have a short time lapse for you there, but for now, that is Tate Nong out. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye. Pushing you towards the sunlight. What you gonna do about it? Huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's right. Nothing.